Hello. Hello, people of YouTube, and welcome back to Autumn Breeze Reviews, or Autumn Reviews. I can't remember which I titled that as this is only the second review I have ever given. As many of you who have seen that review may remember, I did not have a lot of positive things to say about Power Rangers Megaforce and subsequently Power Rangers Super Megaforce. But I'm not going to beat around the bush too much with that one because that's not what I'm here to talk about today. However, it does bring up something I must say. I was a teeny tiny itty bitty bit too harsh on Megaforce because the version I watched on the television did not have the final battle between the Rangers and the big bad guy for the end of the season. I only got to see them blow up the Armada ships and then immediately go straight to the battle against the hundreds and hundreds of X-Boars. And I felt like that was a bit of a cop-out because I didn't know that they did that final battle with the boss. Big guy. I didn't. Which kind of annoyed me when I saw the Sentai version of it. I thought they'd left that out. Turns out, no they didn't, but for some reason when it was played on television, they did leave it out. Why is beyond my understanding, because that just makes it seem even more petty. However, despite that, my opinion on Megaforce and its subsequent follow-up series is still the same. It was crap. It was meant to be great, but the way it was handled was absolute shit. But again, that is not the reason for this review. This review is in regards to the latest Power Rangers series, Ninja Steel. I didn't do a review of Dino Charge because originally I didn't get to watch all of Dino Charge. In fact, I've only been able to catch up on Dino Charge because of Linkaro's Atop the Fourth Wall review of it. History of Power Rangers thing. I cannot link you to that because those are currently unlisted episodes. And he won't be releasing them until he actually gets through the rest of Power Rangers. And considering he's still yet to get through to part 1 of the In Space history, I don't think that'll be anytime too soon. Regardless, Ninja Steel. At first, I was going to call bull on the fact that apparently a white guy in it was considered the greatest ninja in the world, until I remembered that in Samurai you have white samurai who are related to the Shiba family. So, yeah, I had to suspend a bit of disbelief there and accept that. What I will not accept, having watched a bit of Ninja, the Sentai that Ninja Steel was created from, is the way they handled the bad guys. In Ninja, the bad guys are yokai, Japanese demons. In Ninja Steel, we've once again just gone to aliens. Why? We've had demons before, why can't we go demons again? Especially with this kind of a subject. Whatever the case, I did not approve of the fact that it was aliens. And yeah. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, unfortunately, because my set-top box wants to be a dick with me now for some reason, and I haven't been able to watch any of the episodes past episode 2. But from what I've seen, I am not very hopeful for Ninja Steel at all. Because, yeah, I couldn't help noticing my suspension of disbelief got called up way too often. Especially when it came to the growing the monsters part. Now, I had a lot of trouble dealing with the fact that the Magna Beam thing in Dino Charge was a thing, and the fact that they kept using it over and over. That I found a little hard to deal with, but this time it's just beyond stupid. I mean, even going by Ninja Steel's premise, that it's the game show, it came to my attention that, wait a minute, do they always enlarge their monsters when they lose? So that they can battle again? That doesn't really make much sense, and that was a huge continuity error right there and then. It makes no sense, and therefore it just took me out of the moment. And now I've and yeah, the big bad guy, he's just a gladiator champion. We went from Master Xandred, the leader of the Nylok armies of the Netherrealm, and I'm trying not to use Megaforce here as an example, but unfortunately I have to. I can't even remember the bad guy's name in there. They've had so many in there, it's just impossible to remember. The big king guy at the very end. They had him. Dino Charge had admittedly not great villains in a sense, in terms of threatening. Like, you couldn't feel total fear from them because in the end it was just a bounty hunter and a couple of others who were higher up in the food chain. But even they were still more threatening than this. Learning that the big bad guy, who is likely going to be the one the Rangers defeat at the end of the season, or second season if they do a Super Ninja Steel, and I pray to God they don't, because that just sounds almost not as stupid as Super Mega Force, but it still sounds pretty stupid when you think about it. Super Ninja. Actually, no. Super Ninja Steel, maybe not. Super Ninja. Okay, maybe put that away. That one might actually work. As you can tell, I'm doing these reviews unscripted, just like the last one, and that's always going to be the case. I have no script to follow. I just go off the top of my head here. And it's been a couple months since I've seen those two episodes, so I've forgotten names and a few details here and there. Anyway, now moving on to the Rangers themselves, of whom I only remember one, in terms of name, and that's Brody. I made sure to remember his name considering he is the Red Ranger and the leader. I didn't mind his character so much, to be honest. It was kind of, yeah, but then again, that's probably still growing pains from having gotten over the crap that Troy introduced. I mean, I'm pretty sure Troy's actor was trying in Megaforce, but it just was not there. It was just not good. Anyway, Brody, he was an alright character. The other Rangers, kind of on the okay there. What I did not enjoy was the Bulk and Skull replacement we got. And by Bulk and Skull replacement, I mean Season 1 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Bulk and Skull replacement. Bully, who is a complete and utter idiot but thinks he's so cool. As soon as that guy came on screen, I was just groaning and bashing my head into the wall because he was so irritating. I enjoyed Bulk and Skull. They were funny. This guy was just an annoying douchebag. And the fact that he's got a nerd following him, and at least Skull had a reason. He wanted to be a bully as much as Bulk did. He wasn't a nerd. It makes even less sense when you put that into context. Yeah, you got a bully who has a nerd working as underling, and the nerd tries to be a bully as well, but it just comes off as stupid. And the thing that really just broke the camel's back for me, that told me they're just trying to make our suspension of disbelief go way too high for Ninja Steel. Their base of operations is in their high school, in the metal workroom. And the only reason they think people won't go in is because they put the out of order sign in front of it, and Brody's good friend, whose name I honestly can't remember right now, was mistaken for the new teacher, and the principal put him in charge. There are multiple reasons why this is going to not work, and if it does work, it is absolute bullshit. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't students normally likely to try and investigate when something remains out of order for a long period of time? Meaning students are going to eventually find out about the Power Rangers? And on top of that, what about when the principal starts wondering why the metalwork room has been out of order for so long without her being given notice of it, and then starts looking into the teacher she appointed and finds out that it's not the teacher at all, it's just some random guy she gave the job to, with no credentials, no nothing. They're gonna be busted. And if they don't get busted, it's just stupid. I wanted to give Ninja Steel a good chance. But from these first 2 episodes that I've seen, and from the tiny snippet I saw of episode 3, by which I mean the last minute or so in which they were having a Zord battle, I don't have high hopes. Especially because one of the bad guys' big thing now is to film the battles. How is it that epic when we know it's just being filmed for television for a bunch of aliens? I had high hopes at the beginning. I don't anymore. Especially had high hopes when I saw a joke a lot of people would get. Had you watched RPM, you would have noticed that one of the first monsters that you saw battling in the arena, they were using the Vengex suit from RPM. The first Vengex body. They were using that. That made me happy. I was like, oh, that's funny. Okay, reusing, but that's funny. But that died after I'd watched the second episode. I just lost all interest. I'm pretty sure Ninja is a lot better. And I know because I watched a crossover movie special between the Ninja and the second to latest that I know of Sentai that came out, Zayao Ranger. I'm pretty sure I butchered the name there, but yeah, I watched that movie and I enjoyed what I saw of the Ninja Rangers. And comparing that to Ninja Steel, I don't have high hopes. I really don't have high hopes. Yes, Ninja is meant to be about comedy. Like, ridiculously comedy. But at the same time, I was able to take it way more seriously than I have Power Rangers Ninja Steel right now. So, my hopes, they are not high. They are really not high. Dino Charge, in the end, is an okay series. But I'm starting to notice a pattern. Samurai was okay. Megaforce was crap. Dino Charge was a bit better than Samurai. Ninja Steel so far is not looking too good. And I worry about what the next series of Power Rangers is going to be, because we got several versions after Ninja of Sentai that we could use. But what worries me is that they're going to try and use Zayao Ranger. And I want to see that. I honestly do. But there are going to be continuity errors they're going to have to bring into effect there. Namely, that in the series proper, the Gokaiger Rangers help them to get the Whale Morpher power. And the Whale Zord in the end. And Gokaiger is what Super Mega Force was adapted from. So, I don't have high hopes for Power Rangers at this point. I really don't. I really do not have high hopes for Power Rangers at all. As you can tell, there's a lot more subdued review this time around than my last one. But then again, back then I had a lot of reason to be angry. Anyway, thank you all for listening and bothering to watch if you chose to. And yeah, not hopeful for Power Rangers, but I'll try and be hopeful. I'll try. That's all we can do. Anyway. Till next time. Later, everybody. Whatever. whether you're fans of me because of MLP or just fans because you found my channel and you were interested. Later.